Always remember to mind your mind. So, is it in your soul contract to win the lottery? It's a great question. So let's talk about soul contracts, and let's see if it's in your soul contract to win the lottery. If it's not in your soul contract to win the lottery, that's fine as well, because it says that your higher self has a different way or a different option for you to attain your goal. So it's not bad, but I want to key you in to let you know how to pinpoint your soul contracts or what your desires are. All right. So some examples of people that I believe that their soul contracts to win the lottery would be someone like Cynthia Stafford, Shane Meisler won like 300 mil. We have other individuals such as what's the other guy there? Timothy Schultz. He had dreams. Someone like me, I won the lottery numerous times. And other individuals. So those would be examples of a soul contract. Now there's types of soul contracts. So you have what you call early soul contracts or later soul contracts. So let's say someone like Shane Meisler, I think Meisler won like 300 mil. Young guy, right? 20 years old. So that would be an early soul contract. And some individuals will have later soul contract. But remember now, we're looking at this from our perspective, from a human or from a ego point of view. So to your soul, time is irrelevant, but just to make sense to talk about early soul contracts or later soul contracts. So that's the reason I mentioned that. Now, indications that it's in your soul contract to win the lottery. It usually begins with a deep-rooted belief from a young or from, you just have this knowing or this feeling that you're going to win. You have dreams about it. You're always thinking about the lottery. Those are indications that it may be in your soul contract to actually win the lottery. Also, when you play the lottery, you don't get caught up into it too deep. Meaning that when you check your tickets, if you say losing ticket, it doesn't really affect you. You don't get into these highs or lows and like, I want to give up, because you innately know that, hey, I'm going to win this. See, when something is put into you for your soul contract, it's something that's going to happen. It's something that will happen. So you already have this innate knowing deep down that it's all right. Now, for someone that it may not be in their soul contract, they may get a lot of emotions. They may go up and down, and they might just, start screaming, depressed, and they may even stop playing. So those are indications that it may not be in your soul contract to win. It's not saying it's bad. It's just saying that your higher self has a different route for you to achieve that goal you want. And the lottery isn't one. It's not saying that you're not going to be financially set or free. But it's important for us to recognize our soul contracts, because then we can have our lives more simplified, and it can take us to better understanding. Now, think about this though. There's something you need to know about soul contracts. You can break your soul contract. Think about this. You have free will. So even though your higher self may give you a soul contract, people can end up breaking their soul contracts. And this is what happens when you see people, they take the long, hard, tough road to get what they want because they are following their conscious mind. For those who follow their soul contracts, they have the most easy, effortless road. So it's like two people going the same distance, but one person just gets there a lot easier, a lot faster. The other person is just working hard and pushing forward. That's an example of breaking your soul contract. So what does that mean? I know it sounds perplexing or paradoxical that, yeah, you can win the lottery if it's not in your soul contract as well. And here's what I mean by that. It's someone that has to be determined, and it takes a lot of persistence, and you got to play a lot. And it can happen because you have free will, because your belief is strong. But this is just for individuals who want to understand or know that, man, I just keep thinking about the lottery, or it's just part of me. So that's an indication that that's your soul contract is you're going to win the lottery. I'll repeat it again because I really want you to get it. People who have soul contracts to accomplish things in their life, they have an innate feeling or knowing that it's going to work out. The lottery, when they play the lottery, they aren't too attached. If they get a losing ticket, they don't get bummed out. I'm not saying you're not going to get down or just frustrated. That's part of it. But when you have a soul contract to win the lottery, even when you want to quit, you just can't. It's just something telling you don't give up. For someone that may be on a fad to win the lottery, they'll play for a few months, and all of a sudden they'll say, screw this ain't working, because it's not in their soul contract. See, that's smart. That's smart for you to do, because now you realize, okay, why put my energy here and I'm feeling that it's not for me? That's good, because your higher self says, look, we have another road. You got to remember, the universe is very infinite. So just because you don't win the lottery doesn't mean you can't be financially free. There's tons, infinite ways that you can get to your goal. But I just want to point out to you that there is such a thing of these soul contracts, because, you know, free will is sort of an illusion. You know, some of your life has already been predestined or predetermined by you before you got here. So for the lottery, that's an indication of that. And so you want to keep in mind about these soul contracts. It's something that you decide and say, hey, this is what I'm going to do, this is what I'm going to experience. So if you're someone that is part of your soul contract to win, then if you have some of these signs or some of these habits, then that's good. You can continue to do that. If it's someone that's not, that's fine also. Now it's your time to say, you know what, let me step back and let me listen to my higher self and see what direction she wants to take me to achieve it. Now, some more information about soul contracts. And as I said before, they are binding, but some of you can break them. See, a lot of you probably didn't even know that, right? You didn't know you could break your contract. Yeah, you can break your contract, because if you couldn't break your contract, think about this. This is why I say you can break your soul contract. If you couldn't break your soul contract, you wouldn't have a critical thinking mind. You couldn't have a mind that make decisions like an ego. So that's an indication that, hey, you can do it, or you can follow the path I set for you, or you can go create your own, but you're going to get a lot of distractions up and down, but you may still get your goal, because, you know, your higher self is always there for you to help you. So if you mess up on a path, it just creates a new path for you, new avenue for you, because it's infinite. So that's something you want to keep in mind. So let me do a quick review so that you can get it, so you can pinpoint if it's in your soul contract. If you get a lot of dreams, if you have this innate feeling that you know you're going to win, if even when you feel down and out and you want to quit, there's this voice or something that's telling you not to quit. If you just know, or you visualize and you have a plan and the lottery is just a part of you, it's probably in your soul contract. Now, if it's not in your soul contract, if you easily get flustered, if you get depressed a lot, you will just know, because the feeling inside of you will tell you. And here's the most important thing about soul contracts, guys. For each individual, it's different, but here's how you can tell your soul contract. Listen to how you feel about something. Listen to that. What is it telling you? You know, some of us, we get caught up into things. Like, just go beyond the lottery here for a second. Let's say you want to create a business or something. Maybe it's not in your soul contract, but your ego is so tied to the outcome of that thing that you still try to push and pull, and you get all type of, you know, resistance and all these things. That's what I'm talking about. Sometimes it's okay to let go and just say, you know what, it ain't in the cards for me in this one, but I know it's something better. Because once you are able to understand that, then you can become more efficient to help. Remember, your higher self has your biggest good involved here. So just because one thing doesn't work out doesn't mean something isn't better for you, because you got to trust and follow the steps to your higher self. So if the lottery's in your cards, whoopee. If the lottery's not in your cards, whoopee again. Because either way, you're going to win, because your higher self have different ways. But I just want to make this video so to get individuals who are a little confused, or they're just trying to hold on too much. Listen to how you feel. An indication of tell you how your soul contract works. Now, you can break your soul contract, as I said, but remember, it's going to take a lot of effort, a lot of resistance, a lot of ups and downs. If you want to go that route, free will to do it. If you want to follow your higher self. So those are some tips for you to understand more about the creating process, who you are, why you came here, and how all this stuff works. Thank you.